What's up, everybody? Welcome to Admiral Beckett Ghost Ship. I hope you're excited to steal some stuff today. Actually, excuse me, strategically acquire some stuff. No stealing. We're some good pirates over here. When our opponent's on the plate, we'll let them do their thing. Get down the get the little Z1 plane token on the battlefield. Sure, go for it. Actually, I'll cover the commanders in just a second. Let's go and make the lane drop for the turn. I think, yeah, let's go and get down Marsh Flats. I like that. Get down Marsh Flats. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing Admiral Beckett. Other pirates you control get +1/+1. Then, at the beginning of your end step, gain control of target permanent controlled by a player who was dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates this turn. Wall of text. Long story short, as long as we deal 3, you get 3 pirates dealing some damage, you get to steal something from our opponent, which is fun. But I should use the correct terminology. We're going to be strategically acquiring some stuff from our opponent. It's not stealing. We're some good pirates. Let's go and crack the Marsh Flats. We have a lot of red-black, so let's grab a black-blue source off this one. I think Sunken Hollows or Fetid. Yeah, we'll go and grab Fetid Pools. That comes into play tapped. We go for Carry Zev if we want to next turn. And in fact, yeah, I think that sounds good. Let's get the Badlands down. Let's go for Carry Zev. That way we can get some fun Ragavan action going. Get that down. Then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We do have Kolaghan's Command in the hand. We can blast. If our opponent gets an artifact out there, we can blast that. Or at least, worst case scenario, we're going to take, or best case scenario, we're going to take care of the Druid. Just kind of keep that that ramp off the battlefield. We are playing against Tishana, Voice of Thunder. Power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size. Then, whenever Tishana enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature that you control. So if we can keep that creature count down, we should be in a good spot for Tishana. Let's go ahead and push in. Yeah, we can push in with Carry Zev. Let's go Ragavan. Coming in hot. I love Ragavan. And whenever Carry Zev first came out, the Ragavan art token didn't pop up, and that always really bothered me. I was like, man, this is fun. I want to get that going. Alright, so we get it for 29, puts him down to 27. Bye, Ragavan. Catch you next turn. Do we want to go for Phyrexian Arena to get the card draw going, or for Painful Truce? So we're looking at Admiral Beckett next turn. We don't really have any other merfolk to get down. I guess, with them being tapped out, yeah, let's just go and get down Phyrexian Arena. I like that. Let's get the Bloodstained Mire down. Let's go and grab a another black-blue source off this Bloodstained Mire. There we go. Thought I clicked on it. Let's go for the Underground Sea. Actually, we're just going to grab Volcanic Island. I think that sounds good. Grab Volcanic Island. Get that down. Let's go for Phyrexian Arena. It's going to be black, black, and then anything. Get the card draw going, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So we covered both commanders. It is free time. We can talk about whatever we want. But yes, this is the first time I'm getting Admiral Beckett out on my channel. If you missed it, I did put it out for MTGO traders this past Friday, so I'll have a link down in the description below if you want to check that out. I have three pretty fun gameplay videos of it over there, and it's definitely, if you want to start off with, if you only have time for one of them, I would watch the Prosh video, Admiral Beckett versus Prosh. That was some fun magic. That was a fun game. All right, so let's get the Phyrexian Arena card draw going. See what we draw into. At this point right now, we just kind of need at least another card, like another creature card, and then hopefully if we can maybe find some sort of way to get into Conspiracy or Arcane Adaptation. Looter, okay, that's pretty good. Let's go and get the Cascade Bluffs down. And I think we can still go and push in with Carry Zev. I think I like that. Yeah, let's go and push in with Carry Zev. Get Ragavan onto the battlefield. I haven't played Carry Zev in a long time, and that was actually, I had a lot of fun playing Carry Zev. I did run the Mirror Gallery, I guess, combo, or Sundial of the Infinite, whatever you want to call it, where I would, there's potentially the opportunity to have a bunch of Ragavan tokens on the battlefield because Ragavan is legendary, but I never got the stars to align with that, so I ended up cutting it. But hey, miss 100% of the shots you don't take sometimes. And then do we want to go for River Sneak and then the Looter? You know, our Devotion to Black's not that bad with Great Merchant. Be able to swing in, get a little extra card draw. Kolaghan's Command on the back end. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have just enough for Tishana. Now, if we go for Kolaghan's Command on the Druid and then the Mind Stone, that's going to cut them off just a little bit. I think I like doing that. Let's go and do that. Let's go Kolaghan's Command to destroy target artifact on Mind Stone and then pop the Druid. There we go. I like that. Actually, let's go for a little bit of a tempo play. We're not really trying to outrace our opponent. If we can just kind of keep them off Tishana, generating that extra value. They've only got 2 cards in the hand. After playing Tishana, you know, there's just sometimes where you, alright, they're going to crack in response to that, but we still should be able to take care of the Druid. Alright, Druid hits the bin. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, so with me playing, I played Tishana, and in fact, if you missed it, head over to my playlist section. I have it listed over there. But sometimes when you're playing Tishana, you kind of get into these spots where you're just going to cast it on a value. So if we can keep our opponent off just simply just going for a value cast with Tishana, or maybe they have some sort of blinked, some way to kind of flicker Tishana to keep getting that card draw going, don't mind kind of keeping her off the battlefield at this point right now. Overbeing of Myth. Power touch to equal to the cards in your hand at the beginning of your draw step. Draw an additional card. Okay. Now, we don't have another way to deal with that at this point right now. See what we draw into. We may end up going for Painful Truce. I mean, we've got some good creatures to kind of swing across to get the Admiral Beckett trigger going. And there are some good targets over there for us to gain control of. Alright, Phyrexian Arena trigger. See what we draw into. Draw into Dimir Infiltrator, and then Underground Sea. Okay. So it's going to get the Underground Sea down. So swing it carries Zev. That's going to be 1/3 first strike. It's going to have Menace, so they're going to have to block on both of them. But we'll lose carry Zev if they do go for that. We tap out for Painful Truce. We can at least get one more creature onto the battlefield. Let's kind of dump... let's get Underground Sea down. Let's get down Looter. Yeah, let's get down Looter. I kind of like that. And then let's kind of be a little aggressive on this one. I like this. Let's go for Painful Truce. We need to draw into something that kind of allows us to start gaining control of some stuff. Let's go black, let's go red, and then let's go blue off the Painful Truce. Okay, Coastal Piracy and Terminate. Alright, I will definitely take that. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So now if our opponent does swing in with Overbeing, we can at least get down Coastal Piracy and swing in. Worst case scenario is we do have the land drop for next turn. We have Terminate online. So if we want to take care of the Overbeing, we can go for Terminate to kind of blow that one up. You know, we're at 23 and 24. It's really not that bad. But as far as this deck goes, you may notice we don't have a ton of pirates out there. I think we're only running maybe around 6 to 8 pirates if you include Admiral Beckett. And the reason for that is I wanted to put a lot of creatures that were unblockable in here. So we have stuff like the Looter. It has Shadow, can't be blocked only by creatures with Shadow. We also have stuff like River Sneak. I keep wanting to call it River Snake. I don't know why, but it's not Snake, it's Sneak. But I can't tell you how many times I look at it. We got River Snake in the hand. Well, I'm just going to start calling it River Snake. I like it. All right, let's get that Phyrexian Arena. Draw into Wharf. And then what else do we draw into? Temple of Malice. Okay. So what are we going to do? Let's go and get the Flooded Strand down. I guess we could slowly start working towards Black Devotion. Now we're going to be able to swing with the Looter. Let's go and get the Flooded Strand down. Yeah, I think I kind of like this. Let's just, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's dump a whole bunch of creatures onto the battlefield, and then next turn we'll be able to go for a nice Coastal Piracy. I think I like that. Let's do that. Let's go and crack the Flooded Strand. Let's see what we can grab that's not a shockable source off this one. And I guess we could leave up Terminate if we want to kind of just make sure that we keep Tishana down as far as drawing cards. Let's go and grab the, not Sunken Hollow. Just going to grab another island on that one. That way we don't have to lose any life on this. Let's get the Infiltrator down. This is going to be blue and then black. It's going to be another Human Horror. And then we can go for the Dimir Infiltrator. Actually, let's go ahead and get down the River Snake. River Snake. Yeah, River Snake. I like that. I don't know why. I like it. It's going to keep calling it River Snake. Let's get down River Snake. And then we're going to be able to swing you with the Looter. And I'm thinking about leaving up Terminate on this one. I think I do like that. We can leave up Terminate, or we can go for Dimir Infiltrator. If we're going to go for Coastal Piracy, maybe we can get another creature down. But at this point right now, yeah, I think this would be a good little mix of creatures, especially if we do for Terminate at the end of our opponent's turn, taking out the Overbeing of Myth. We can kind of push in with all these creatures. All right, opponent's going to go for Forbid, and let's see if they pay with the buyback. They do not go for buyback. All right, it's kind of a weird counter on the River Sneak, but hey, is what it is. Let's go and swing in with the Looter. There's no Shadow over there, so we can go and push in on this one. And there's still only 2 cards in hand, so we're going to be winning the at least the value race, at least right now. Alright, draw a card, draw into Nether Trader, and I think, yeah, let's go and dump the Nether Trader into the graveyard. And do we want to pay 2 for the Infiltrator? No, I like leaving up Terminate. I like it. Not going to pay for that one, nope. And then anything else. Do we want to go for this at the beginning of our end? Let's go and do it now. That way we don't run into any sort of counter spells. I like that. Get that down. It's going to kind of clear the way for us to swing in next turn. We don't have to worry about them drawing an extra card. And then I think on the bounty, let's see what they've got going on with the bounty. Kind of move these down there. But the bounty at the beginning of your main phase. Okay. So the remove the counter. So I think on that one they just drew an extra card. All right, there we go. Yeah, that was one of those cards that whenever they released it for Omnicat, I just remember being like, wow, that's a really. It reminded me of one of those like old school cards that you would pick up and be like, I have no clue what this is trying to do, or at least it's always fun whenever they print new cards that you have to give like a second reading to be like, all right, hold up. I've been playing Magic for a minute now, but let me make sure I understand what's going on. Alright, see we draw into up the Phyrexian Arena, draw into Steam Vents, and then draw into Watery Grave. But yeah, you can see where, with us kind of going on the Arcane adaptation game plan, sometimes if you don't have it, it's a little clunky, but you can use stuff like Coastal Piracy to get some extra value. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I think I do like that. Let's go get the Coastal Piracy down. We're going to go blue, blue, and then 1 and 2. Get down Coastal Piracy. We'll draw a few extra cards. We'll see kind of what we're going to do with the land drop. If we want to, we can go for Temple of Malice. And I guess at this point, that's better than nothing. We'll get the Scry going to draw a card. Let's get that down. Get the Scry going. We're going to try and squeeze as much value out of this deck as we can. Fathom Fleet Captain, let's go and put that on the bottom. Alright, let's go and push in right now. So we're going to have the Wharf Infiltrator. If they want to block with the plant token, they can. But at this point right now, we should be able to get some good card draw off this Coastal Piracy. And plus, yay. Coastal Piracy kind of keeps on theme with the pirates. Love it. All right, pushing in. That's going to be 1. We have Ragavan swinging in 2. We got the Infiltrator and then the Looter. But this is fun. If you get down Arcane Adaptation, all of them become pirates, and so you just think about the pirate crew that you've got. And it's just like, I love it. At one point, I had a yes. We're going to use that ability. Okay, get these triggers on the stack. So we're going to draw a card. Let's go and draw the cards from Coastal Piracy first. Always yield. Yes, we're going to use that ability. So we draw into the Deceiver, draw into True Name Nemesis, draw into Hostage Taker. We're going to draw a card off the Looter and discard. Ooh, Feast of Famine. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go ahead and chunk the Blood Crypt into the graveyard. And then we have the, yes, we're going to use that ability. Draw off that one. And draw into Arid Mesa. Let's go ahead and put the, we're actually okay on land, so we'll go and chunk the Arid Mesa into the graveyard. Alright, exile Ragavan, adios amigo, and let's go ahead, and we did make the land drop for the turn. Let's just go and get the Dimir Infiltrator down. I think that sounds good. We'll go and cast it. It's unblockable. That'll at least be one creature we can get down with the Sword and Feast and Famine for next turn. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Kick it over our opponent. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Watery Grave since we do have the Drowned Catacomb. But yeah, as far as the deck goes, I know I've said it a couple different times, and the gameplay kind of gets in the middle of it. But we're only running about 8 pirates, and we're trying to kind of push this game plan of swinging in with a bunch of little rinky-dinky creatures. You can see where, you know, we're not really setting the Commander world on fire, swinging in with a bunch of 1/1s or anything like that. But you can really start generating some extra value, being able to push past your opponent's creatures, thanks to cards like Coastal Piracy. And if you can connect on something like a Sword of Feast and Famine, that allows you to kind of even get more stuff out there. So you're getting all this card draw going. You can connect with the Sword of Feast and Famine on something like a Dimir Infiltrator that can't be blocked. Next thing you know, you get to deal that damage. They have to discard a card, and you get to untap all your mana and go to town. So always fun. Temple of Epiphany and Vendilion Click. All right. Still haven't found a way to kind of find one of our enchantment pieces. Do we want to do that right now? First things first, we need to go for Sword of Feast and Famine. They're completely tapped out. So let's go and get that down. So it's going to be blue, Temple of Malice, and Underground Sea. We're going to be able to equip for 2. Let's go and equip it on. I guess it's not really going to matter on this one. Protection from black and green. So we can actually put it on Carry Zev. I think that would be the best use of our mana. I think so. Go and tap the Cascade Bluffs. Tap that down. It's going to be a good 3/5 on that one. Yeah, black and green, we're going to be able to push past all of those creatures. Let's go and get the Drowned Catacombs down. And let's go and go from Vendilion Click up top. I think I like this one. That way we can kind of see what's in their hand. If we want to shuffle something, maybe they have something like Cyclonic Rift in the hand, we can bounce it back to the hand or something. All right, Vendilion Click. Let's see what's up top. So they have Rewind, Nest Invader, and Plasm Capture. Actually, I'm A-okay with all of that. And in fact, let's go ahead and just do a quick little snip of that. Okay. Nope, we're good. I'm okay with that. That's all they're going to do. And let's go and push in with the whole crew. We're going to have that Coastal Piracy going too, so Let's go and swing in. That's going to be 3 off carries that we have Ragavan coming down to. It's going to be 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming across, which will put them down to 10. So we're actually kind of getting into the range of we might be able to close this one out maybe next turn, kind of depending on what we draw into. Now we do have Hostage Taker to maybe grab Tishana if we want to go for that. We'll kind of see exactly what we want to go for. All right, let's get the Sword of Feast and Famine going. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Draw a card. Draw into the soldier. Okay. We're going to be able to, they have to discard a card. They got rid of the forest on that one. Go and highlight that one. And then we get to untap all of our lands. Alright, there we go. Get the Nether Trader, Coastal Piracy. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Draw into another card. Polluted Delta. Draw into Uwazama's Jitte. And we'll go and pay black to bring this back. I'm fine with that. That's a pretty cheap creature to get out there. And then draw another card. Let's see what we draw into. Discard a card. Ooh, Xenograph. There we go. Now we're finally getting somewhere. We're going to go for Admiral Beckett next turn. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. We'll get rid of Steam. Actually, get rid of Polluted Delta. Okay. Dealt all that damage. Exile Ragavan. Tishana's over there. Then we go to our second main phase. So, we've already made the land drop for the turn. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we want to, we can go Xenograph. I'm trying to figure out if we want to go Hostage Taker on Tishana. Just kind of stop that extra card draw. Or if we go for Great Merchant, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be a little bit extra value off that. And then we could Great Merchant on... Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go for Great Merchant. That way we can at least, you know, if something like, if they draw into Cyclonic Rift or something like that, worst case scenario, we can get a little bit extra value off that. Let's go for Great Merchant. Get that going. They go down to 6, we go to 26, and then let's go ahead and get down Uwazama's Jitte. There we go. And we're going to go and pass the turn. Our opponent's been a major sport on this, so major props to our opponent for allowing us to kind of get through all this stuff that we're going through. But you can see we're just getting a bunch of little value creatures out there and just slowly generating values as the game goes on. Will kind of help you do some pretty good things. So our opponent is sitting at a 10-10 Tishana. We'll see what they've got going on right now. Worst case scenario as far as unblockable goes, we've got Carry Zev swinging in. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we actually have lethal on the board right now. And especially if them tapping, if this is all they're doing right now is tapping out, then we should be able to close it out next turn. But you can see where if we had something like Arcade Adaptation on the battlefield early with Admiral Beckett, we'd be stealing a lot of stuff. But there we go. We do close it out. I'll definitely take that. Once again, major props to our opponent for letting us kind of, when I get behind on the clock, I always hate it, but sometimes you've got a lot of stuff to do, and you can kind of see mechanically how this deck's a lot of fun, especially even if you don't get out Admiral Beckett. But, alright everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.